What's up, everyone? How's it going? My name is Jeremy. I'm with Forge and Foil. Today, we are going to talk about 3D printing and AI. It is 2026, and AI is so prevalent everywhere you go. Your phone, your computer, everything. There is AI anywhere and everywhere. And if you're not using it, you're falling behind. And yes, you could use the argument of, well, I want to keep it with the human touch, this, that, and otherwise. Go ahead. You know what I'm going to tell you? You're going to fall behind. And the reality is, everyone else is using it. So the only thing you're doing is crippling yourself. Just because one person decides to do it doesn't mean that it's going to stop everyone else from doing it. Now, I'm going to do a brief touch, and I'm going to actually do a couple video series on this because I think there's a lot to learn with AI, and I think there's a lot you can do. But let's start with ChatGPT, right? Because ChatGPT is the GOAT. I mean, it really is. So let's talk about images. And actually, let's talk about ChatGPT first. So I do pay a subscription for ChatGPT. I pay, I think it's $20. Actually, I know it's $20 a month is what I'm paying to get more images that I can produce. Without paying for a subscription, you get, I think it's 5 or 10 images a day that you get. So it can definitely slow you down. But let's talk about AI, right? I actually do a lot of prints based around AI. I have, as you can see, I have a wall of things that I have made, and I can tell you, they print great. You have to kind of know what you're looking at with it. But ChatGPT, honestly, is the place that I start. So let's say, what do we want to create today? Let's create, make me an image of a toad with a Santa hat. Make it chibi and cute. Cool. So now ChatGPT is going to go ahead and do its thing. But while we're doing that, let's go ahead and talk about the next AI in this. MakerWorld. So this is going to be image to 3D. I will leave a link down below because it is awesome. There's a lot of things you can do with it. As you see, I've made a lot of different things so far, played around with it, done some coloring. Like here's a rock golem that I did. Let's go ahead and give him color. There we go. As you can see, this is a guy that I still haven't made yet, haven't downloaded, kind of playing around with. But here's the base model that you're going to get. As you can see, you get all the little details, everything like that. This is something very printable with some supports. Let's talk about this guy. I have made this guy. This guy is sweet. Hang on, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So I had to go grab these. So one, here's my little guy. I made him into a tea light holder. He's pretty sweet. As you can see, this was all 3D designed here. And this is courtesy of AI. Another one I just grabbed while I was up is my Grim Reaper. Or Lich, whatever you want to call him. I put a hole in his face. He's got a hole in the bottom. I have an insert that goes up through. Tea light. His whole face lights up. It's too light in here to actually see the tea light light up. But this is what you can do with AI. I mean, this is all physical, clean. I mean, look at the detail on this. It is phenomenal. Like super, super sweet. And then we'll grab this little guy again. And look at that. Oh, camera's deciding it wants to do other things. Look at that guy. He is sweet. So, that is what AI can do. Now, let's hop back over here. Chibi Toad. Doesn't really look what I could use. Go more 3D, less realistic. So, and then we'll hop back over here. So, also with that, you can see down through here, I've got this totem of skulls, and then you can always look at color. So one thing to talk about with this, okay, and you got to think about how something's going to print. So you have this simple ledge here, which is going to be fine. You're going to have a support here right behind it, right? Because you're going to have a support for the back of the skull, back of the skull, back of the skull. You're also going to need supports here. So when you're looking at something that you're going to want to use for AI and then use for 3D printing, you got to think, is it 3D printable? Or how many supports am I going to have to take out? Let's look at this. So this is kind of a shelf that I still plan on making. But the problem with this is I'm going to have to go through and actually use a CAD software, and I'm going to have to chop these shelves off. I'm just going to have to chop them off, and I'm going to have to then make inserts, because it's just not going to print super well this way. It's going to have a lot of supports. It's going to have a lot of scarring, tearing, etc. It's just one of those things. It's going to be harder. I talk about a guy like this. This guy's sweet. I still haven't made him because the problem is printing him. See all these little spikes that are going to need supports? Those are going to break when I break them off unless I make this guy massive. And then on top of that, like the teeth, those are going to break unless I make them big. There's just a lot of supports. I don't feel this guy's going to print very well, or I'm going to have to do so much tweaking to make him print. But that's something to think about with AI. So it'll actually print. So let's go here, download. We're going to pop over here. We're going to throw this in. Close that down. We're going to generate. So there's three different types that I guess I should have shown. There's Huion 3D, there's Trippo AI, and there's Hit 'em Up 3D. I standardly use the Trippo. I find it's most consistent. The Huion's pretty good too. I have no complaints. The Hit 'em is very inconsistent. I don't use it. It takes a long time to render, and it's honestly so beyond inconsistent. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, while this is doing its thing, let's hop over one more time. We're going to go to another one that I've started using recently. And keep in mind, this is all Maker's Lab. I will leave a link down below, as I said. But let's talk about the Hue Forges, because it took what Hue Forges were doing, and like you have to spend $300 on the program if you're wanting to sell it, where this will do a whole different thing. There's also lithanes too, where you can make your own video, etc. Or not video, but own picture. Don't know why it's such a struggle with that. It's chroma canvas, and then you're gonna pop in here. I've been making some bookmarks with these, and these are sweet. I mean, absolutely sweet. They print great. I'm really, really happy with how this works. So this is a Baphomet that I did. And when you talk about its size, so I'm doing 50 by 152. And the reason for that is this is the size of a standard bookmark. I'm doing 0.6 thickness. So it has a little flexibility, and you're not going to hurt any of the pages of a book. On top of that, you're going to have corner radius, which I do 16. It gives a nice little bend to it, as you can see here. But let's just say you wanted to adjust it and say you wanted 26. So you do that, and you can see much more corner to it. For bookmarks, I find that 16 is kind of my happy point. And then again, with this, you can change sizes however you want. And it also rotates around like this. So you just kind of find right where you like it to lay out, and boom. And then you go palettes. So it does have different types of palettes. You can take a look, like I could do that. Whatever, doesn't matter, right? There's all these palettes. I personally like the black, gray, white, but you can also go custom here. And you can change the tone, you can change everything. So let's say I wanted some more contrast to it, right? And you can see it kind of fades it out, really stands out. You can absolutely change anything about it, whatever you think looks good. So let's go create a palette, right? So the standard is going to be here. Now you can increase the amount of layers. So let's say I wanted to go, let's say 36 layers for whatever reason. I personally would not go that far, but let's just say 36 layers is what I wanted to go. And we're just going to crank this up. Let's say I wanted the gray to go 14 layers, and then the black was 3 layers. You can do that. I will tell you that this is going to take a lot of playing around with. When you start doing your own custom palettes, you will find that some things bleed a little bit, or doesn't bleed enough, or it has too much saturation on one color, so on and so forth. But overall, this is great. It's super sweet. You can get so much more detail with it if you're willing to play around with that. Personally, with the bookmarks, not too worried. So here we go, real quick before I look. That's with all the layers, and this is with the regular. So as you can see, it really does change, and this will print just like this. It looks beautiful. That being said, it just depends on how much layer you want. And the problem is, when you put more layers in, you're also going to talk about the fact that now you're having a thicker print, and are you really wanting to put that between some books? Now, if you're just doing it, say like a regular Hue Forge, and you wanted to just do like say a 8x8 or 8x12, whatever, you could do this. This would be sweet doing more layers on it, and you're going to get much more depth, and it's going to look really, really good. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, hole, I did put a hole in it. The hole function's really easy. You just press plus, and then you can change the dimensions of your hole. So if you wanted 16, 16, and say you wanted it at negative 66, boom, you're right there, right? That hole's obnoxiously big. Definitely not going to do that. For bookmarks, I standardly run a 5x5 hole, and I do run it at negative 66. That's why that came right into my brain. Now let's hop back over here. Here's your little froggy model. So we went from this to this. And honestly, for a first run through, this looks pretty solid. And you go click here, right? So now that you turn off the color, you can see how the eyes, this is actually going to be really easy to color. That is one thing to keep in mind too when you are creating AI models. How hard is it going to be to color? Because let's go, I actually know one specifically. Here we go. This little guy here. His eyes, I had to actually color. I had to slowly do it. So let's go back to this guy, right? Because we're already talking about him. See how I have the black and red on his eyes? I had to do that all manually. I had to slow draw it with a sphere. And that takes a lot of time. I'll be honest, there's models that I've created AI-wise that took upwards of 6 hours to color because there were so many little spots that I had to color in that I couldn't fill because it just didn't read right, etc. That is something very much to keep in mind. And with this little froggy here, he's going to be very easy to color because everything stands out. Every little wart or blemish, whatever you want to call it, they all stick out. As for supports, this is not going to use very many supports because it is actually an overall pretty solid piece. They obviously, this little piece of snow that's not connected, you're not going to keep that. It's just going to go away. It's going to print. You're going to throw it away. It's going to be waste. It is what it is. For supports, this is going to be your main source of supports. Right here is the ball on the hat. Otherwise, this is going to honestly print great. Maybe I'll actually print this and post it in a day or two. Just because I do think it's kind of cute. Why not, right? And just to show the example of how easy it is to go from AI to actual here. So from there, you're going to have to export. Keep in mind, it does take credits. Honestly, credits are pretty cheap on MakerWorld. So it's not that big of a deal. And I get credits basically for free because I post my models up on MakerWorld, which is always linked down below in my videos, and you're able to download them, etc. I'm working on setting up a Patreon for being able to sell them commercially. Just know that's coming. I have a lot of stuff that I am working on business related, whether it comes to TCG, 3D printing, or just plain and simply doing advertising, social media, etc. Anyways, I hope this was helpful and gives you an idea about how useful AI can be. If you do have questions or you want a specific video on an AI, do reach out. I'm more than happy to do videos and help out. As always, guys, thank you for watching. My name's Jeremy. I'm with Forge and Foil, and I'll catch you on the next video.